My name is Miss Bishop, and I'm your student's accelerated math teacher this year. I wanted to start by giving a little bit of information about myself so that you can know your student's teacher just a little bit more. I graduated from Berry College with a bachelor's degree in middle grades education. Now, I'm of the mindset that Berry is the most beautiful college in the entire world, and I don't think you can convince me otherwise. I also graduated from Kennesaw State University with a master's in instructional technology. As we go throughout this year, I hope to learn more about your student. What are their likes and their dislikes? And hopefully by the end of the year, we can all learn to love math a little bit more. In just a moment, I'm going to take you through a PowerPoint that has important information about your student's upcoming school year, including the difference between accelerated math and regular math.
Welcome to our virtual curriculum night. Students who are in my homeroom are placed in House Kestrel. However, because your student is in my accelerated math class, which is in second period, they may have been placed in a different house. But no worries, it'll still be a great year. Math with Miss Bishop. This PowerPoint has some important information to help your students succeed throughout the year. Content. In sixth grade math, we cover 5 domains: number system, expressions and equations, ratios and proportional relationships, geometry, and statistics and probability. Please see the syllabus for a complete list of these topics. This can be found on the Canvas homepage. The biggest difference between accelerated math and regular math is that accelerated will cover all of the sixth grade standards and half of the seventh grade standards. We will begin covering this seventh grade content in Unit 2. Materials for class. Every day, students should bring with them a 1.5-inch 3-ring binder for their notes, a 1-inch binder for homework, classwork, graded work, and extra paper, as well as a writing utensil. Some days the students will need their textbooks. Now, Accelerated was given 2 textbooks at the beginning of the year, a 6th grade textbook and a 7th grade textbook. These books are also posted on Canvas as electronic versions, and Ms. Bishop will announce to the students ahead of time when their textbooks are needed. While students do not have their lockers, they still need to come to class prepared. This includes a charged laptop. Students can lose discipline points for being unprepared for class, as it does cause classroom disruptions. Math papers in their binder. Your students will have 8 dividers just for math, one for each unit of study, with Unit 1 being split into 2 separate sections due to how large it is. So this will be denoted as Unit 1A and Unit 1B. Please do not clean out or throw away any math papers from your child's binders. I promise we will clean them out and store papers at the end of each semester to help the students stay more organized and help their binders stay small. All assignments and papers will be used to review and study for midterm exams and final exams. Keys to success in math. There are some study skills that the students need in order to be successful in our math class. The first being their study guides. Students will receive study guides before their quizzes and their test. These study guides should be complete in full before any quiz or test, and they should be used to study. In the future, extra credit will be given on tests if the students choose to take their study guide and turn it into a study strategy. This can be used as flashcards, a Quizlet game, or maybe even a quizzes assignment. All the student has to do is show Ms. Bishop their study strategy and they can receive extra credit on their test. Another study skill is for students to complete their homework. Homework is essential as it is an extension of notes and classwork. It also helps students with their comprehension skills and gives them great application questions in order to practice the skills they learned that day. Other tips for success. Agendas are extremely important in sixth grade. Students should be filling these out daily. They can write down their homework, upcoming quiz and test, as well as their long-term assignments like projects. Canvas course is also a really great tool for the students to use, as all of their notes, homework, classwork assignments, study guides, and quizzes and tests can be found within the Canvas modules. Now, I say homework and classwork assignments with quotations around them because, as you know, in math, we do a lot of our work on paper and not digitally in Canvas. However, in order to grade homework or grade classwork assignments in Canvas, I have to put a assignment placeholder. So when you go into the homework assignment within Canvas, you'll notice that I make a note saying that this is not a new homework or classwork assignment. However, it's just the digital representation of what was done either in class or at home. We also use several practice games in order to study and review for quizzes and tests, and these can usually be found within the announcements. Parents, we definitely encourage you to register for a Canvas account and link to your student's account if you have not already done so. This is because you can receive immediate online information about your student's grades. You can also set up alerts to alert you if your student has failing grades within a particular subject area or maybe even a particular assignment like a quiz or a test. And it's also great because with our discipline course being in Canvas for behavior documentation, you can also receive notifications that way as well. A little more information about our Canvas discipline course. It is a school-wide discipline policy. Students were recently added to this Canvas discipline course where points will be deducted in each class period for any type of behavior disruptions or distractions. This can include disrupting a class with inappropriate behaviors. It can include not following instructions, and this acts as our documentation, and consequences will follow the discipline flow chart that's posted in the course. Now, a really great feature is that when parents have a Canvas account that's linked to a specific student, anytime points are deducted in this Canvas discipline course, parents receive a notification via Canvas. One of the best features that I believe happens with this Canvas course is that every 9 weeks it resets in order to give the students a clean new slate for the next 9 weeks. Test corrections. Now, typically in Accelerated, we don't offer test corrections because we do hold our students to a higher performance standard. However, occasionally at the teacher's discretion, test corrections will be allowed. There will be a template on Canvas under the Introduction and Support module. It is more than just correcting the answer, as it's putting forth the work to relearn the content. Anytime test corrections are made available, there is the potential to improve the overall class average by several points. Our grading policy. So we do have weighted grades in sixth grade. 60% of the student's grade is considered formative, which comes from classwork, homework, and quizzes. 40% of the grade is summative, which comes from other types of quizzes, tests, and projects, aka also known as their performance task. And we in math have a third category called skills, check, and practice, which is worth 0% of their grade. So typically, what goes into this category are the students' pre-test and mid-test. So you will see pre-test and mid-test in the grade book. However, you'll notice that it goes into this category that is worth 0% of their grade. So if the students had an 88 before the pretest, they'll still have an 88 after the pretest because it does not affect their grade. Grade codes in Canvas. Zeros will no longer be entered in the gradebook for missing work. Students will only receive a grade of 0 when they earn a 0 by not answering questions correctly. For work not submitted or completed, the following grade codes will be used. Now, for example, going through this grade codes, if a student was out for a week due to being sick and we completed a project while they were out, in the grade book, I would use the code EX, which means excused. And what that means is that the student does not need to complete that assignment, and it acts as if the assignment isn't even within the grade book because it doesn't hurt the student's grade, nor does it help their grade. What we will typically see is the point one grade code. And this just means that student was present in class but did not turn in their assignment, whether this was a classwork grade or homework grade or maybe even a quiz or a test. So at this point, that assignment is considered late, but it can still be turned in for a grade so long as it's turned in within that same unit of study. Homework and classwork. Assignments must be turned in complete and on time to receive full credit. Late work is accepted, but points will be deducted by an 11% deduction per day for 3 days. After 3 days, the maximum deduction is 30 points. So basically, if the students turn in an assignment after 3 days, then the highest grade that they can make is a 70 on it. Late work can still be turned in until the end of the unit. For our math class, that will be the day before the test. If no work is ever turned in, then no credit will be received, resulting in a 0 in the gradebook. The point one is recorded in the gradebook until all assignments are turned in, again, by the end of the unit. As a reminder, please check your child's agenda to make sure homework is being completed, especially if you're seeing several point ones in the gradebook for missing homework grades. Academic recovery. Students may need to use the extended learning time, also known as ELT time in the morning, to complete missing assignments. Again, assignments can only be turned in late until the end of the unit. Now, in the past, I have offered tutoring before school from 8 to 8:40 in the morning. However, with before school activities being discouraged this year, students can come see me during the 8:25 to 9 a.m. time if they have any questions about their math content. For communication, email is the best way to get in touch with me just because I do check my email periodically throughout the day. My email is linked on the ET Booth website and on my Canvas homepage. I also prefer emails instead of messages through Canvas just because they are easier for me to send a reply. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any specific questions or concerns about your child's performance, feel free to contact me. Have a great day.